All right, guys. Hello. Welcome to Pinch Punch first day of the month. Wow, we've got a whole bunch of shit that's happened overnight, haven't we? Iran, US, Israel. The financial markets are going to be in a bit of a position this week, aren't they? So just before we get into the backtest, I do want to maybe give my verdict on what's going to happen. So Enki will drop, ES will drop. Actually, ES won't drop because it's not really. Mm. ETFs will have a bit of a tank. Oil prices are going to rise. Commodities will rise. That's it, really. My investment portfolio, a lot of it is ETFs. So I've got the all world index as well as 25% in Nasdaq, and then I've got it split in gold, silver, and then energy. Okay, so obviously just be careful. Obviously, you know that whatever you've invested or any investments that you do have, that it's with money that you are willing to lose, okay? Because nothing's promised in this world, is it? Not even your life, which is sad but very true. Um, anyway, enough depressing stuff. Let's go into a back test. So, coming into the daily, I actually skipped ahead a little bit for you guys. So, economic calendar on Monday, we have ISM manufacturing coming at 10 a.m. Okay, ideally, I would not like to take a trade for 10 a.m. Now, on a weekly we tapped into the daily, sorry, on the weekly we tapped into the weekly gap here. You can see we tapped into it very cleanly. And the daily chart provides overall bullish price action. Why? We took out external, now we're reaching for other forms of external, okay? And also if we just zoom out, we can just see that we are long-term bullish, okay? We are long-term bullish. Last week's range, so we have the Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. We already took up Monday's high. Still have Friday's low, okay, which could be a key point of the swing high. Now, I'm interested in seeing, because obviously we have these daily gaps now. We could see price sweeping and returning back into internal, or running back into external, or right now we fail to sweep it, displace lower, or have an SMT run into the internal and then obviously continue on higher anyway. Now on 4 hour, what do we have? We have a large gap. Okay. We have price tap into this 4 hour gap and rally on higher. Then we have another 4 hour gap and again another 4 hour gap. Okay. On the hourly, we see price moving higher. So we see hour gap being respected, moving off higher. So we're tracing into this hourly gap, moving off higher. Okay. So overall we are bullish. Okay. Overall we are bullish. Now let's go into pre-market. Let's just kind of skip through all of this. Okay, cool. Now, what do we have? Well, first of all, let's mark out midnight opening price, which is this candle here. Midnight New York. Midnight New York. Okay. Yep, so look, we get a sweep and we get an SMT, right? Okay, so let's actually talk about London. Let's do this. Where's 2 a.m.? There's 2 a.m. There's 5. There's 5. This is something that I really like to see. So we're gonna get what looks like to be a New York continuation lower. Okay. 2 a.m. 2 a.m. Once again, same thing here. Plummet it all the way down. We have London session. Okay. So pre-market. Let's just take a picture, and we see Inky sweeps out the daily high. Yes, fails to do so. We have an SMT on ES. I would like to see a move downwards today, reaching internal liquidity as we have just taken out external. Okay, Obviously, this needs to be backed. Obviously, this needs to be backed by current bearish PA. Okay, so let's have a look. London comes in midnight, so we move high before moving lower. London rallies in, takes out the high, and we have a sweep. Okay, nice and clean. And we move lower. Okay, we displace below this bearish gap. Once again, we displaced through a bearish gap. So let's actually just mention that. We have displaced through most recently made bearish FEG on the 1 hour. Okay, cool. So yeah, what am I looking for? A London reversal, new continuation lower. Okay, where? This area, this area. Look, we have loads of sell stops. Mark that out. Always be sure to just mark out your levels because it's just cleaner, right? Let's do this. There we go. Okay. So let's just continue on. What does price do? Price runs into this bearish gap. Let's see if we have a gap on the 1 hour. We don't. That's okay. Kind of interested in seeing what price will do here though. So let's just keep going. Does price continue lower? It does. Okay, 9:30 opens. Now also we have to remember that we do have that 10 a.m. news. So you get this bit of a choppy range. Okay. Bang. 9:30. Bang. 30. Let's see what price. Is there any level that price could reach into? And we have this bearish order block. We have sell side liquidity right here. Let's actually go into the, yeah, okay. So we have this high here. We also have these stacked highs here. And then these stacked highs here. Okay. So let's just see what price does. Okay. Cool. What do we end up doing? We take out the sweep of liquidity. Nice. Cool. So here, whereas I'll change the state of delivery, is this a negative closed candle? No, but here it is here. So what are we waiting for? Low key, I like the look of this trade way more. I mean, to be fair, we do have an SMT at these highs here, so let's mark this out. So when it's these NQ forms and SMT at market open, I want to see shorts today. Okay. Given that we are still in a long-term bullish scenario, right? So bang, price sweeps it. I don't like that. That's not really our change of state delivery, so I'm actually gonna just, it's this kind of way, the 9:15 one, which is obviously that one. So we do want to see price go below here, which I'll just do as this candle here. Okay. So let's wait and see what happens. Okay, price does not do anything just yet. We're consolidating a little bit. Price is pushing on a little bit higher. Now, why could it be pushing higher? We do have this low that just got taken out. If we get a change of the state delivery higher, we're interested to see what happens here. This could be a manipulation, obviously. Okay, no, you know what we're gonna do? So let's just actually write this out. So, given that the market is currently running and we are reaching 10 a.m. news, I will wait and react and adapt, actually adapt to what the market is doing. On the high time frame, we are presenting bullish PA, but we must have a target of before moving off into ERO again. Yes, might take out the high and manipulate low. Okay. I want to see the hourly. Is there anything of interest? Like what I'm seeing here is that getting swept. That's an SMT. Okay. Let's ignore these by side, get rid of this. 15-minute. There's our change of the state delivery. Do we have a 5-minute candle close? We do. What the fuck is that? Do we have a nice 5-minute gap here? We have a gap here, so realistically it would be an entry or something like this. 1.75. We put our stop loss here, and our target would be, yeah, now we don't really have a lot of other targets. I mean, that's a lie. Looking here, we have this high. But even though I think that's quite extreme. Yep, and that RR just doesn't seem worth it for me. Let's look at the 15. I mean, news comes out in literally 5 minutes, so we just wait. Okay. What does price do? We have an SMT. Okay, we have an SMT lower. Let's actually get rid of all this stuff. Price could continue on higher given that we are bullish. And in fact, I'm really confident that we are bullish, man. Like, super confident. You know what? Let's just see. Yep, we do get the reaction off of that 5-minute gap. Okay. Price runs back into it another time. No. Is there anything maybe of interest here? Maybe I'm not looking at the markets correctly. So we have 10:30, 10:30. We have an SMT. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for a change of the state delivery here. I want to take a long. Okay. Let's just wait on that. Literally. There we go. So we have a change of state delivery. And the market is poised to move higher because we are obviously bullish. So let's just do this. Do we have any other highs? Fucking hell. Here we go, there's a bearish gap. Bit of a high here. Okay. Oh, this is one hell of a market that we're in right now. I'll be completely honest. So, what did we do? We swept out liquidity, and honestly, I could probably find this exact same thing. What the hell am I doing? If you actually can't find anything on ES, so even though it has the, let's just talk about this. We manipulate lower, taking out London lows as well as, what low is this? So Sunday lows. I want to trade on NQ rather than ES as it has better logical targets. So there's our 15-minute change of the state delivery. There we go, there's our down close candle. So let's do this, let's do this. And now we look for our gap. If we don't have a gap, we don't take an entry. I like the look of this 2-minute gap. We're on a bit of a hefty discount for it, but it's okay. Okay, so let's do that. 29925, bang, stop loss here. Target is these highs here. It's already generous as it is. And let's do that. Okay. Now, if we look, now, we were in a consolidation, but we did just manipulate, and we did get our change of state delivery higher, which I do like the look of. Okay, we're going to stick on this trade. So let's just show it as it is. So let's do, this is the trade idea. Continuation trade on NQ. SL is at swing low. TP is at London session high. I will be willing to have runners into those high time frame areas. Okay, so let's just do that quickly. Place the order. Send yes, please. And let's see what happens. Okay, and we get stopped out, no problem. Very quick entry and exit. That's something. So what do we get? We end up getting that sweep. And let's see if I was correct. All right, so we do actually end up getting a SMT now. So let's actually just annotate that we'll see the losing trade. Price entered us and quickly took. So let's say the initial thought of reaching IRL in the form of bullish gaps might have been the correct thing to do. I should have maybe stuck on the fact that we had London take out a key level on thank you. Okay, so let's actually just I want to actually articulate this trade kind of. So we have an SMT here. Do this, this, this. Get rid of that. And get rid of that. What am I looking for? Changing the state delivery. Yeah. I have to wait for the candle to RC form. There we go. D2 2.50. Now let's look. Boom. There's a bearish gap. Can we have a tighter entry? There we go. Let's just draw this up. It's a 3-minute gap, right? Yep. 296.75. 296.75. Now, stop loss. Ideally, we'd like to put it here, where the 15-minute order block finishes. Where can our targets be? All the way down here. Okay. So let's actually just see how this trade would have played out. And if I'm correct, then obviously it was just a point of being impatient. Okay. So I'm interested to see what price does. Did we get entered? Almost. There we go. Now entered. Okay, price takes us out in both directions. So what actually ends up happening is we have a severe chop day, don't we? Look, we're trading in a large range and we just about tap into the 1 hour gap. This is a trade that would obviously just have been a game of patience. Yeah, we're just trading in a large range. Nothing provided for the rest of the day. Looking at this day, it looks like I got caught in an overall consolidation range. Price respected both sides of the market, going from RL to IRL. Yeah, so we took out external, moved back into internal, and we had external, moving back into internal. My mistake was rushing an entry and staying impatient. The market was clearly consolidating, therefore should have probably not entered today. Like we can see on the 15-minute, overall from when Sunday opened to London, we are just trading within the range. We don't have anything clear. Okay, we took out London lows and we had a rally higher, but we don't even reach this area here. Okay. Even here we do take out, but then we reach past it, but obviously there's not enough information for us. Okay, so let's just get this journaled. Trade notes, long, bang. Strategy. Do we hit a key level? Say 1 hour lows was taken. We had a sweep. Yes, 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 yes. Tags. So opportunities for growth. What did we do? We had a conditional bias. We obviously were looking at both opportunities. Consolidation entry. Let's make a new tag, internal, external, liquidity reads. What else? Okay. What's the thing? We took a long, which was obviously in the market direction, so we did follow our bias. We had some forms of adaptation. We followed our strategy. We had good risk management, logical targets. Okay, well, that's all fine. But yeah, sometimes it's just the market's just going to do this and it's going to wipe you out. Yeah, all right. Hope you guys found today's trading backtesting session useful. And yeah, all right, take care. Bye.